Welcome traders, welcome back to another live trading session. Here I'm looking at trading from the bigger picture perspective and also from the smaller picture perspective, and looking to enter the overall picture, looking to enter this market here. Welcome. Like to see all the members are here. Say yes if you are here, ready for another trade setup. We have the London session trade setup, which was a massive profit running now, and I'm still holding on to the trade, and we can again not just this trade, we can make it again another one out of this. The market is trading in that zone here. Thank you very much. And for those who are running this trade, also you can let us know in the live chat if you're running this trade. We're looking at here for the next entry in this market. We'll see that where the price is heading, and make sure you like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Let's begin another mega trading day, the second day, pretty moving day, and with the gold move that you guys have seen earlier, with the 4-hour and also weekly resistance test here on gold, that here I'm looking at for more entries in this market with multiple time frame confirmation. If you look at the price action is now moving, and I will be doing a full analysis. Along with also we'll be looking at the overall picture in this market to see where the market is heading, and based on that we can look at trading opportunity in this market. Let me know if you are here, say yes, and let's begin another trading day for this market to give us possible another trade setup. While we are running this one, the current trade that running here, I'm on it, and I would like to see how many members also running this trade here to take this profit again back. And we are running, as we traded the trend here nearly to, if you look at that, 130 pip, and we might be able to see some more additional move. And also I'm waiting for further entry opportunity shortly after, as soon as we can see that a price action confirmation here in this market. So the market trend, that if you look at this market, it is in a downtrend, and with this downtrending market, I'm looking forward to enter few more position here once we see the confirmation for another move back down. The trend is down. The technical analysis, as per our technical analysis, if you looked at our previous session, we did a full breakdown of this trade. And also I will be going through again with a full breakdown to see that how we can re-entry again for another move in this market as soon as it appears here. So let's look at here to see that if you look at this lower time frame. Hi coach, how are you? I'm good, thank you very much. The market structure that you can see, it's bearish in that area, right? And that's what we need to look at, the trend. Welcome. Okay, now if you look at this market, this is a trending market, right? That you can see it is in a downtrend, and with this downtrending market, overall trend that you can see, the bigger picture is in a downtrend. The market is at, if you look at this weekly resistance line, and we saw that there was an initial rejection of this weekly resistance line, and here is what we are looking at. First of all, let's look at how we can find the that means we are running that one, and I will be looking at the next entry here as soon as it appears. This is a key that you can see the market is on this support area here, and the liquidity sweep drop, whenever the market is going to this key zone, and we see there is a rejection of this higher price, right? And now, because the market is creating that imbalance, we could see the price action to eventually come back below, and this is gonna be nearly to 400 pip profit target that we gonna set here in this market. Welcome. Bitcoin dropped to below 70k. Okay, I missed that. Hi coach, how are you? I'm good, thank you very much. Good morning. Where can we enter in this trade? Okay, so to re-entry to this trade, I would encourage you to be a little bit of patient, because I will be also re-entering with all of you guys. This is running trade. We have closed one during the live session. Now this is the second was running, and I would like to look at to enter another one, but we want to see that with this, the next one, that you wanna see a high probability entry. Now at the moment, from technical perspective, that if you look at here from the technical analysis that I'm looking at, this is, if you look at that, this is a current resistance line that you can see of this level. And with this resistance line, that from this key resistance level that you can see of this level, okay, this is a structure formation here. Now the market has formed this structure in a zone where there is weekly level that you can see here, right? Weekly resistance line, also the monthly resistance line. And with this weekly resistance and also with the monthly resistance line, the market has created a structure that could break below here. Okay, now you could say that the market is creating that kind of pattern. If it breaks below that, there is a significant fair value gap, okay, here below this level. Now what is the fair value gap? Fair value gap is an imbalance in the market, right? Welcome. And because it's an imbalance in the market with this fair value gap, all right, we could see this market to, when it successfully breaks below here, it could straight drop down even here and then can continue to drop. So therefore, the bias that we are looking at here is towards the downside. Now, to enter, as we are on a trade, we want to see that another liquidity grab. This is where my primary entry criteria that I use along with the trend and price action. Okay, I always look at these three factors. Has the market gained enough liquidity? Because the market cannot move without enough liquidity, right? So we'll be discussing more in depth. If you don't understand liquidity, you can let us know in the live chat. Also, there are more educational content in the channel, in the premium group. If you are on that, you can access those content about liquidity, price action, market structure. And I'm sharing the premium link here, which is now limited time availability. I've given the link, you can find on the chat, or you can straight below this video. You can that navigate to that downside, and then you can access those content. And also we'll be discussing here in this live session as well in depth on what is liquidity. So this is what you can see here, that the resistance line that you can see of this, okay, which is, it's a kind of fish pattern, right? And so with this structure formation, as the market is now breaking below, we want to see a potential false breakout to the upside, and then the market to trend continue back below. You see that the price action slowly showing up that there is a higher possibility for this market to remain here in the downside. Slowly, the market is coming down. This is the recent level of trend line that you can see the market was respecting that. And so this is what from the technical, okay? And for those who are waiting for an entry, when I will be re-entering, I will let you know guys here. This is our main goal, is to enter with a high probability setup. Now, along with this, what is happening with the current move that you can see here. Also, we would like to see what is going on with the sentiment, okay? And that is where you will be able to see a complete picture for our next entry opportunity here in this market, right? First of all, looking at the calendar, because this is where you will be able to see the fundamental. And if you look at yesterday, we have secured this trade on with this news that has come out. And this is already yesterday we saw that there was a ISM manufacturing PMI, which is forecast was 53.3, actual was 54. So that we have seen that there is a and that has given a strong bullish momentum on DXY that you can see. And now we can see that therefore with that bullish momentum, if you look at that overall on DXY, so that we have seen there was so far DXY shows upside bias. Now if you look at the daily, you can see that yesterday's move was significantly bullish. Now today's market is structured on DXY. Off this level, we can see the market now trying to retest this level. And I think that this move on DXY that you can see at 10 EMA could trigger further liquidity grab and may here bounce back to the upside here to create a potentially new higher high. This is what with the if you look at the DXY. Now if DXY, I think DXY is still bullish. Okay, so if DXY is going to be bullish, gold could eventually remain here bearish. So that's why I'm sell on gold. But let's see that where it goes, which is very important to look at, always keeping the open mind to see that actually the market can go in any direction. But however, here we are trading the probability, we are trading the bias. The rest we are leaving it on the market to reflect in that way. Okay, so if you look at, this is the 5-minute candlestick pattern, also showing up that there is still potential for here a downtrending move still in this area. Now so let's see here now on this sentiment and also with the fundamentals. So if you look at that here, Iran is still reviewing final text and has not yet submitted a response. So some of the current development that you can see, I think some of that, which is mostly important for our market movement. So this is a recent move that you can see. SNB chair Chalgil says the bank has raised readiness to intervene against frank overvaluation pressure tied to Middle East escalation. Okay, so we'll be looking to see what is next from the IDF. Sirens sounded over aircraft infiltration in northern Israel. So there has been, I think, some kind of aircraft infiltration. That means that inside the border maybe there was an aircraft and that there was a siren have been heard. So there are more detail on it. Market remain cautious as Middle East tension support US dollar. So we see that US dollar is bullish, with also the market remain cautious, as in the time of uncertainty usually dollar goes up with the considering the safer investment. If you look at that, US dollar is steady. It's 11 hours ago. It's Middle stock. Okay, so there are some other factors. Let's look at here. EU lawmaker clear US trade deal for final approval. So we will be looking at mostly what is now at the moment for the market moving. So here, if you look at that, I think what we saw that during the London session is here at the moment, and therefore you can see that there is a breakout here now we might be able to find the next entry that I will be looking at here for a possible entry after a further confirmation. Are you guys ready with me? Say yes if you make sure you like this stream. Before you look at an entry, here I'm running one, and if I enter again, I'll keep almost the similar kind of stop loss because I don't want to two different stop loss, but that's why we need to see the market has gone near. Okay, so we see that the market has gone near here, and once we see the market has gone near, if you look at that, okay, so if the market goes near to that level, near to this resistance line, we can look for a sell entry. Okay, and we are running already one trade, as you know that, which is sell trade running in. And is it zone now? Is it zone now? The market has gone in that upside direction. If you look at that, 6700. Okay, so I will be looking for sell entry here of this level, and we'll keep the stop loss at the midway of the previous trade, because I don't want to take also too big stop loss. Therefore, we'll keep here 165 pip with the tight risk on it, and we'll keep the same profit target. So the profit target will be the same. This is gonna be the TP2 again. We'll keep 2 TP like the previous one with the same number of pip that we have set here previously. Now the TP2 will keep here the previous support level here, TP1. So TP1 at 4522, and we'll set TP2 below this level. So we will be taking the first profit target around 88 pip, and then the second profit target at the previous support level here that we have opened. Okay, and I'm also sharing the same trade in the premium group that I'm using. Okay, make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. Uh, 4533.50. Stop loss here at 4546.72. We'll set TP1 at 4522.01, and TP2 here setting up at we'll see the TP2 exactly at 4498.00. Okay, I've shared the same trade in the group as well, and that means two profit target. I will be keeping 2 trades open with this. If you look at that, is stop loss here 4546.72 is the stop loss. Market start to break below here, and so I have opened here. I'm opening as 2 trades. One is at profit target 1, the other one is profit target 2. Doesn't mean I double the risk. I'm just taking one, that means the dividing the risk for one. Okay, we see the rejection, and my trade is running here. I'm running this trade and looking forward to see that another move back below, which is very simple. Okay. Getting some reaction of this level that you can see here. And we see there is a breakout trend line, and which is a good move that we can see the market has grabbed some liquidity of this level. There is a breakout trend line, and I'm looking forward to see this move to come back here now to create a potentially new lower low in this area, which is in a downtrend now at the moment. So you can see it's showing that downtrending move. That's awesome, running in, and we might be seeing the TP1 for this entry hit very soon. And the previous trade is still running in. So 3 trades currently I'm at. One, we will take profit at 4522 at the moment. Okay, it's nearly hitting. I'm taking out the TP1 manually. I'm taking the TP1 manually. So I'm taking TP1 manually. I've closed TP1 profit. So I'm out with 1 trade. So we have taken here the first trade, and the second one is still running, and I will keep running here. And so that means if it is 1 position, then half of them close, half of them running. If it is 2 position, then 1 close, 1 running. That's the simplest way to note. Sometimes it's confusing, I know, the TP1, TP2. But here is the goal is to take the initial move and then letting the rest of the position running in profit, which now we also had our previous position also running in. And by the way, sorry, are you looking for an entry? Yes, I am looking for an entry. Thank you very much. Is it on zone now? Yes, it is. We have taken that. Let me know if you're running that on here. Running the trade, yes. Running the trade. So we are seeing that after this initial move, the market is trying to push back again of this level and of this support here, that you can see the market is slowly breaking back to the upside here, and with pretty long doji of this level. This is still showing that there is a bearish trend, and still there is a possibility for a continuation back below to the support level. If you look at the 4 hour here, that you can see, okay, so there is a break back to the upside here, and we'll see that if this one trying to break out. Because we are running this trade, guys, this is the new entry. I will be exiting the London session second trade, not this one, because that one is in a significant amount of profit running at the moment, and I want to reduce my risk here. Okay, so I'm exiting this one here. Okay, this one. So I'm updating the group as well. So I'm running only NY session TP2. That means this trade is closed, both of them. That means TP1, TP2 with running profit. So now we are on one trade, and that is here, that if you look at that, now stop loss is here. And the reason I have closed this one, the second one, not NY, the London second one, is because I want to reduce my risk, so that in case the market breaks out, I will not be in loss but in profit is still, because we have taken 2 consecutive profitable trade, now including this one 3 profitable trade, and there is only 1 running. So TP1, TP2 for London session, and the TP1 for the NY session. Now this one is still running in profit, and with the same profit target, just shifted the stop loss little lower here, that's all. And I guess you guys are on it. Let me know if you are enjoying the live session here. We are making consistent pips, right? Thank you. So you're looking for entry and running the trade. Are you on sell? Yes, I am on a sell trade. Morning, Anthony. The wizard, you know how long I've been with you? For 5 years. Check for me. Gold is 1 to execute. I'm profitable through this guy. Yeah, Anthony, I know. I remember many of the conversation that we had when I just was beginning the live session, not beginning trading. Okay, so after the academy, then I started to live trading, and during that time period, many of the members have joined in the beginning of our live session. Okay, and since then, many of them still here, because that's rewarding. Okay, why this is rewarding? Because you guys made it. It's your credit. Okay, and I really appreciate that you still there and here, and I'm sure that you will be, for those who remain, will remain, right? I was here since COVID times. Yeah, very, very good. Thank you. Yeah, I know that many of you here since very beginning of our live session of our academy, and it's your academy, of course, and we are trading every single day, and we keep trading. Because that makes really, because something, you see that there is saying that if you can do something repetitively, extended period of time, there is no way but you become master of it. Okay, by any means, it's gonna happen. Anything that you pay attention and focus on, this is the power or the ability that the universe has, or that the infinite has given you independently. Okay, and the only people get stopped somewhere or in something is because not knowing that they have that ability. And there is no limit to it. There is no specific pathway to follow, right? Imagine that you are in a long grassland, okay, like this. Long grassland, big grassland, right? You are here, and someone is here, someone is here, someone is here, someone is here. There is no specific direction that you should be going. There is no specific pathway that you should be following. You see, this is the independence or freedom that human being has. So it's an infinite zone. You create your own pathway by walking over and over again. That's the way it is. Now, that's all. Okay, and it's like you'll just keep exploring regardless of what it is. There's no way. So the only thing that you need to master is yourself. Okay, and your attention. Because anything that you want to create, also make sure you keep balance on it. That's all. So being a trader in the same way, and when you become a trader in the same way, so you keep repeating doing something repetitively long enough, you become good at it. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Consistency is the key. Okay, consistency is the key, and understanding is also important. Now imagine that, that's what we discuss. Okay, there is no limit to it, and there is no specific direction as well. See, if I give you an analogy, what do you see in 24 hours? A morning, noon, afternoon, evening, night, midnight, early morning, and then morning. So that's the repetition, right? In this segment, okay, you probably only morning, or you probably only afternoon, or only night, or only day, or only midnight. So if you are a midnight, then you look dark. If you are a morning, you look bright. If you are noon, you look hot. If you are afternoon, then probably you are little gloomy, like less talking, tired. So it's the whole structure form in this way. One cannot be existing without the other. That's the paradox. Can you write with the white pen in a white background? Ask this question and you get everything clearly. So this is what the most important part, that once understand, everything become very clear. So now the market in the same way. tell you what it is. Let's say I change the settings of this background. You see, when the background is red, the red candle disappeared. You can't see anymore. That's where the secret is. When I change the background to red, all the red candle disappear. You only can see the green candle where the red candle is gone. So therefore, to exist the red candle, there has to have a different background. Otherwise, the red candle cannot exist. So to keep the red candle alive, that means that on the forefront, there has to have a different background on the background other than the red. See, now you can see that. Thank you. So now we see the market slowly breaking that trend line, and you can see the market is slowly coming here down back below. You could see the price action eventually. I'm on one trade only. I've taken 3 trades profitable. This is where the checking the grid is very important to look at. All right. So very important to check the grid here when you're opening. Okay, the price action here showing that there is a trend trading, and we can see the market is now having that structure, creating that move, and we could see that continuation that I'm looking at here in that market to come back below here to create a new lower low to see that where the market is heading. Clear that, guys. We are here on this, and the market is trending. It's coming down here for another move, and we could see the price action to continue to trend here. Welcome, welcome. Showing that bearish trend back below that you can see of this, and therefore I'm running with this one here, guys, quite a few pip, which is good to see that it's heading back below to the near to the profit area. Let me know if you are running this trade with me. Say yes if you are running this trade with me. Awesome. Thank you very much. These are not clear. Which one not clear? You mean the trade, the one that you have entered? The screen, I think, is clear, right? It's coming down here, guys, and we are celebrating. I'm celebrating this trade here. There is a significant, if you look at that imbalance, the market has reached to this fair value gap. Okay, now it has reached that fair value gap. Now if you look at that fair value gap is very important to look at. Okay, now looking at that fair value gap that you can see of this, and also this is another fair value gap that you can see of this level. With this fair value gap that you can see, the market has reached that zone where there is a resistance and support, which is a liquidity zone. There is a crossover of both 10 and 20 exponential moving averages. enjoying the profit running. I am on this one here. Can you write how many pip profit you are running here at the moment? I'm running 152 pip. And 10 pip, closed it. I'm still running. We have closed one, and this is the second one. And there is still possibility. There is a 1 hour candle close coming, and let's see that if we be running or closing. I'm still on it, but I'll give an update shortly. Okay, I am taking out the current profit running. I've been out entirely. Next one is 160 pip, 58 pip. Qualified today and taken all of them. Traders, if you enjoy this this trade, and let's see that what is next. It's just the beginning, right? Any chance for the TP to go up? Closed also safely purpose. Thank you very much. I have closed all as well, and I am out. I am out with the first one. That means we have now in this time period I have closed 3 profitable position. One was running from the London session, and in this session I have opened 2, one at the shorter profit at TP1, next one the TP2, that means the second profit. I've closed here. Now the market is still can come down, but it might now go for a bit of painful pullback and then can come back down again. Okay, so what you want to achieve here, guys, is a consistency, risk management, and trading with the trend. Okay, now let's go in depth. Here I am trading with all of you in the live market, right? Which is very important to look at to see that how the trading works. Now, if you are either a beginner trader or an advanced trader, I would highly encourage you to stick till the end of this live session, because there might be more trade coming, and also there might be more in-depth education coming. So let's see that the process that I'm sharing with you guys, how I approach the market, why our trade are so successful, is because of the long experience as well as the approach that I apply in the market. I have learned it from an experienced traders who are world-class traders who are trading in their entire life. I learned from them. Now this knowledge, after learning, again I have added my own observation from years of continued observation in the market, from the back and from the front. Now I'm here to share with you, so that can change how you look at the market. So now let's see that, by the way, before I progress, also the premium group that I'm also sharing every trade with the full breakdown analysis as well as the in-depth understanding, you can find link below this video where you can just go ahead and click and join there for the trading community that we are trading here. You can be part of that for the rest of your life. It's open now, so I take around 20-second break so that you are able to do that. Okay, cool. Now let's look at the first step. Here we will be looking at the technical analysis that we will be doing, and also we have done. In addition to the technical analysis, also I look at the sentiment as well as the fundamental analysis, right? Which is very important. The fundamental is mostly because we are a short-term trader, right? And therefore, interest rate decisions, okay? If you look at that, let's say the overall interest rate decision for the day-to-day trading, as we trade on very low time frame, may not that much of influential. Understand, guys? If you are a swing trader or trade on daily chart, yes, that can be influential, very much influential. Is because now why we trade on 1 minute and 5 minute chart. It's a short-term trader, and the market will never move always in one direction. If there is a daily pullback, let's say the market is strongly uptrend, but there is a daily pullback, that means in the daily few red candles being created in an uptrend. In those days, we will be trading sell trade, that means short trade. So even the overall trend is bullish, because there is a daily pullback, we are looking at here sell opportunity. So therefore, the overall decision about the policy may not be that much of important, but still we keep eye because we want to see the bigger flow in the market. So in terms of fundamental as well as in terms of the sentiment is very important for the short-term trader. For the long-term trader, sentiment may not be that much of important because it changes over time. But for scalping and day trading, sentiment is very essential, is because just one breaking news can entirely change the direction of the whole session, right? Which is very important. For example, ceasefire broken, the attack begin or the war begins, the entire session might go completely different direction than what you have seen in the previous session. And that is why before each entry, even in the middle of the entry, I keep track of each news. And I have heard some of you said that, okay, so I don't want to look at the news, I only look at the candle. I know that sometimes looking at news causes if you're not having, but I'm not telling, I don't recommend you always look at the news and see what is happening. If you don't, some people like to keep track of everything. I like to keep a track of everything, because as a trader we need to know that which way everything is heading. So therefore, which is important to look at. Now, as you can see, the market after this break, it's moved again for this pullback. And I'm here back on this trade. This market still can go down a lot. So for me, I will still be looking for entry once, because this is a standalone candle that you can see on the red, and the market might be here going for another move and then could come back down again. So the technical, as well as with the current sentiment and also the geopolitical situation, will be very important for us to look for the best trade opportunity. Got back again with another move. We're seeing here the move here that you can see the market off this resistance line, which has created this move back below, and we can see the market here can continue off this. With this movement, if you look at the price action, shows that there is still further continuation possible here in this market, and you can see that the price has tested this 10 EMA and getting the rejection back below here in this market. So the price action here shows still significant bearish trend in this market. So with one move here that you can see, the market dropped, and we can see the pullback to this 10 EMA. The market has now started to drop again, which we could see the market to eventually break below. That could come down here further. Lower shadow could be created, and this is where you can see the market to show its directional bias. The way I see the price action here, there is still extended fair value gap, which could be filled with this movement that you can see here in this market. Look at NASDAQ. I think the trend is exhausting, and how we can see a deeper pullback in daily time frame. What do you take sell entry in this bullish momentum? Okay, so first of all, let's look at with NASDAQ. See that we're setting NASDAQ. I think the trend is exhausting, and now we can see a deeper pullback in daily time frame. Daily chart on NASDAQ. Okay, so if you looked at NASDAQ, we discussed past week here, and the market was here. Okay, and here is the key level that is the market is eventually to be bullish, and the market has shown that. Weekly time frame, I don't think for me is still not exhausted. The monthly close, there is a new monthly close. So the recent monthly low is here. This is the monthly low. At you know that what it might do, NASDAQ here, the market might form a narrow red doji, and today we might see the market is ranging here and then potentially be starting again back to the upside. So if you look at the monthly, this is the monthly low that you can see of this, and with this monthly low, if you closely look at that monthly support is important, because of this monthly support that you can see, the market may test and then revert again back to the upside of this level. So therefore, touching the monthly support can create an upside bias here. If you look at the daily, that's where you can see the market created the support, and chances for this price action here. Therefore, for NASDAQ, it is forming a kind of head and shoulder, right? This is the monthly support that we are looking at. So pullback can happen on the lower time frame. Okay, it can come back here or can come back here and then can go back up, and I think the market may not go very much below 30226 and can still be remaining here upside. So therefore, from a support is still possible buy. Looking at again on gold, you're seeing the move on gold that you guys can see. Okay, doji formation. Why do you take sell entry in a bullish momentum? Okay, can I buy now? Firstly, it's not a bullish momentum, guys. This is not a bullish market. The overall, we need to look at the bigger picture trend that you can see. Longer term trend, the bigger picture trend is very important to look at. So you can see that here is the long term trend in the market. And with this long term trend, so you can see that this is resistance, 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 which is a trend line. And off that trend line, the market may here break that trend line here, and the chances for this price action to break that trend line and then to come down here is higher possibility. Okay, so the overall trend in the market is bearish. Short term we saw upside, and I think that has created an opportunity for the market to come down here back below already. So you can see the market structure shows that downtrend, and we are looking at here in that market for this downtrending move here that you can see. Few times the price has grabbed liquidity of this year, and also of this year, which is showing that the market trend is significantly in this downtrending move. I'm looking at here. All right, so you can see that here is a couple of areas that the market maintained that liquidity grab as we discussed. Now it's showing that there is further possibility to drop down here, and I'm open to enter again as soon as we see further possibility to move. Having some music on, some volume on. The market is coming down here, and we'll be looking at re-entry as soon as we can see that what the market is doing. Thanks for explanation and thank you very much. When you entered near trend line, it just moved down fast. What's the logic on that point of movement? Okay, so I guess the market started to drop before we entered. So I was waiting for, okay, let me tell you the logic. Okay, now first of all, I have entered, as far as I know, after this red candle, because I was waiting for this red candle to come when we are entering. But the logic here is that, you see, before we even forming this candlestick pattern, there was a trend line has formed. Okay, now with this trend line has formed, if you look at what we can see here, that the market has tested the trend line, and this is the logic that I used with many trades that I'm, guys, now sharing with you. That's gonna really change how you look at the market. Okay, let's look at here. Do you see that? Okay, so you can see that here. Now, if you look at that, this is the dynamic level of resistance, right? Now, what you can find in that resistance is the secret. What do you see this resistance has formed? My network is killing it today. Can't place trades. Okay. Yeah, nice. Thank you very much. That's something interesting. No, that sometimes happens. Just cool down, guys. cool down. Sometimes happens. This also happened to me. Sometimes the network doesn't work properly, and I cannot enter the trade properly many times. Okay. Sometimes even in the middle of the trade, the network gone. I was running the EA, sometimes got. It's part of trading. Okay, it's part of life, right? Everything is uncertain, but your response to it is important. One of the things that sometimes, I said that, okay, we're just making it fun, but I'm not telling it really, but the thing is that, that our brain and mind cannot understand the difference between what is real and what is unreal. That is the paradox. So, now going back to the analysis here, if you look at that, this is where you can see that this is the move. There's a dynamic trend line that you can see. Okay, and with this dynamic trend line, if you closely look at it, you can see there's a pattern here. This goes yeah, psychology. Yeah. So if you look at that trend line, that you can see the market has, no, that's not the cycle. So if you look at, the mind cannot understand the difference between the real and the imaginary is for everyone. It's like, for example, have you watched movie ever? Many of you might have an experience on that, right? Especially when you are very young. I have seen some people cry after watching the movie, right? So you watch the movie, okay, even in the cinema hall, some people start to cry. Now, if you ask that man, something really happened in the movie, when he's something really happened in the movie, and he or she knows that actually, no, just movie, nothing is real. But then why you are crying then? Right? If something is not real, then why you are crying? It's because the mind doesn't understand the difference between which is real and which is imaginary. And what you said that the psychosis is about the hallucination. Hallucination is not imagination, it's different. It's an illusion. Okay, so it's a different thing. It's something that is not there. You can see that, which is something, but it's not that one on the imagination or non-imagination, right? Okay, so let's look at now is that only the market. So you can see that this is the dynamic level of resistance, and in the dynamic level of resistance, the market has, if you look at that, created this dynamic level, and with this dynamic level, that you can see that the market is slowly creating that series of higher low, right? Which is this series of lower low has almost reduced in its level and moved back to this zone where there is a higher area of value, and then the market started to drop back down here. And I believe that makes sense to you now, right? And that's what the basis of the entry. We already have entered during our London session as well, right? 5278, thanks, good doctor. I wonder where you qualified to have the audacity to diagnose the people who didn't get yourself that you can now. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it's also like a liquidity sweep. If we took at it and the liquidity, yeah, we can see liquidity sweep. That's what you can see in that zone. Okay, and you can see market move. You see this, the depression or any kind of the thing that happens is actually, if you go back to 2000 years or earlier, it wasn't there anymore. Okay, it's the modern life's distortion, because there is a famous psychologist or psychiatrist called the Carl Jung. Okay, so the Carl Jung has an in-depth research. Is the one of the like the main modern, what I consider the father of the modern psychology. Okay, so which is basically, you see, inside our human psyche or the personality, there are countless sub-personality lives in with all of us. Okay, right? And so let's say one human being, but inside that human being there are countless sub-personality lives in, and they take their own way, which is sometimes called the shadow, which is available with all of us. So those sub-personality has their own want and need, which is the natural human in need and want. So with our modern lifestyle, there are many things that we need to that it's called a suppress that sub-personality due to the many social restriction or many other reasons that varies country to country, place to place. Now those sub-personality, when they cannot express themselves, they become like a kind of ghostly form, and that's come as a different psychological distress. So this is where is because of. So if you go back to even 200 years, 300 years, people has more natural way to live, right? So those sub-personalities not being, it's different time, especially if you go very ancient, that's become very easy. So for example, in the time of people are hunting, they have to run a lot and they have to do live with the nature. So it creates a complete expression of all their personality within them, right? Now if you go to that you have a lot of restriction that you have to that hide some of humans natural or the human part that cannot be expressed, which turn into a different form, okay, which manifest in a different way, and that causes this, okay. So each can be completely expressed in a different way, okay, in a healthy way. It's possible to do that. So which is that all this happens. So it's another part. It's a psychology. Okay, now let's look at here. The market is still in a downtrend and we are looking at it still in this form. We're looking at that market to break that low. Okay, so the market trend is bearish, and is it safe to place a trade right now? I'm not sure which way you want to trade, but depending on if you are in a sell trade, that I would say if you have a risk management plan, but I'm not entering because the market already dropped a lot. We want to see that deeper pullback and then we can enter that trade accordingly. Okay, so we'll see that here. So we can see a pullback now, and we can enter as soon as we can see that deeper pullback again once the market reach to that key zone. That's what we are looking at here in this area. Okay. Okay, so you can see in this lower time frame there is a breakout structure, and the market again shows that bearish momentum, which is showing that the market still can remain here bearish. And you could see that continuation here back below of this. So some move here that you can see of this level, and I think that might create a potentially new move here of this. And from the 15 minutes also, the market structure trying to break that high. Breaking back to the upside can create here possible new selling opportunity in this area. The kind of movement in this area. Looking to enter again. You can see the suitable price action confirmation here. This is if you look at the market has come really low here, and we are out with this trade. But if we see the market has broken further low, can create that selling pressure. Now, one very important point, that understanding the logic and the reason behind the trade, which is very important to look at. If you look at that overall market structure that you can see here, this is it a bull market or a bear market? Also, many doesn't understand. But if you understand, it's gonna give you a really great freedom here. It is in fact a bear market. Okay, Now how do you know that? Let's look at the bigger picture. You see that? Like this. Let's look at like that. So now you understand that very easily it is a bear market, because see the top, undoubtedly here the market is creating series of lower high, which is the top here, lower low, stop here. So the market is here in that area creating this lower low and lower high, which is in a downtrend. Alright, so off this level the market broken back below, so it is showing that there is a series of lower high and series of lower low, which is in a downtrend, and therefore we have traded the major flow in the market, the major trend in the market. Now looking at this 5 minutes price action that you can see, initially has broken out, now it's slowly breaking back below, that you can see here. Short trend is bear, long trend is long trend is bear, short trend was bullish, now turned to bearish. Okay, so the short term trend here, you see that yesterday there was an upside after this drop, today there was an upside bias, so this is a short term uptrend here, but the longer term trend here is bearish. Understanding long term and short term trend is very important, especially to trade the major flow in the market. So you can see here, this is the 5 minutes chart. The market tested this 10 EMA and getting the rejection back below. Here I'll take a very short quick move on, if you look at that in this market, and I'll be taking a quick trading setup here. It's going to be a very short term move with the previous one, and we'll be taking here at the same TP level here, and I'm expecting the market to here that to trend back down. It's going to be 103 pip stop loss here. You've closed our previous one. So we're taking a sell trade off this level. So there has been some upside bias here, and chances for this market to revert here back. And if we see the trend overall, that is showing that the market trend to if you look at the overall market trend is bearish, and we are looking at here the price action to show its pattern. So We are looking at here for this initial move that you can see. Now the market has shown there is a significant downtrending move, and you could see the price action to show a further move. So this is the, if you look at the lower time frame, the market has already dropped a lot, and I think this could be the last moment drop if the market shows that bearish bias. If you look at that overall trend, shows that this is currently in a downtrend. Thank you. Do you think it will reset 4521? Okay, so you can see some long trend. Okay, so the UAE is developing its first multi-fuel pipeline to allow gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel exports to the to continue even when the Strait of Hormuz is impossible. Okay, so we are on a trade on this, but yeah, I have heard that the UAE forming kind of alternative pipeline, because the Strait of Hormuz is closed now, I think since the beginning of this war, and still it is closed. There are some negotiations that you have seen, but I think nothing has worked well. I don't think so. So it's still closed, and this is the biggest ever energy blockade. So many of the areas, so I think Saudi already have that. You also potentially building the alternative pipeline that will bypass the Strait of Hormuz, which is, I think, helpful for them as well, for everyone, because so you can look at the bypass. So but I think that one was using the Strait of Hormuz was using almost all shipping around the world. So so you can see there is some update in the geopolitical tension. So Trump cursed Netanyahu is call over Lebanon escalation. Sources. Okay, and it takes two to make an economy go right. Hammock, what's that? We have certain things, some of the news that has been published, which is do you think it will reset 4521? We'll see that. Now here, this is the third trade, guys. This is the third trade. I want to take this one with the a decent profit reached, and will not be very choosy on this one because the market is well below here, but it's still on this, and we want to take this move and straight on profit, closing another potentially profitable trade here. Okay, So it's still running, we are on this, and this is a falling market, by the way. This is what you need to look at, coach. So where do you TP this sell? Okay, so TP at 4498, but we might adjust accordingly. This is a very short term trade that I have taken. I may not long run very long. You can see there is a very smaller move. We had our previous one, big one, have taken out. Now this one, another one. We here trade, guys, every single day. This is a sell trade that I have opened, and so this is a sell trade running. All right, so can I sell this? Can I sell at this point? It's expired, but you know, if you want to sell, you can do that. Up to you. If the 15 minutes closes below 4505, 15 minutes closes below 4505, so then it might push down further. Okay, so you can see that here, going back here. Yeah, so you can see the down of this 48 nearly to 50 pip up on this one. Another one, guys, another one for all of you, and I hope that you're enjoying. I would like to see a feedback. If you're enjoying, make sure you like, and also give a feedback, which is very important to look at. The key here is to look at, boom, that stop. I'm taking it out just near. Oh, I'm hit the profit. I'm hit the profit. Okay, I've hit the profit target hit. If you're not, then I'm out. If you're not, then make sure that you check out mine hit profit target. Another one in a row. All right, so got it. So now you see that, guys, how the trading works. If you can give yourself permission to be okay, and then give yourself some time to learn and grow, and that's what we are at this trading. And so some feedback on the live chat. Can you send that? Nice trade, sir. Thank you very much. And in the 15 minutes close below 450. Okay, this is what you can see here of this. Okay, so why second TP? We didn't have two TP with this one here. It's only one TP that's taking this one short term move here. Okay, you can see that move. That's very cool. Thank you. It's very good. Here you can see some more in this zone, which could be that the market to here potentially to revert back again in that area that I'm looking for the price action to show up, and then to potentially here revert back in that area. So if you look at that overall trend here, overall market structure here is showing that there is possibility that the market will here break below, okay, and with this breakup structure that you can see here in this market, is very important to look at to see either we will be again entering, because as a trader this is what you will be doing, okay, and we are looking at here in this kind of move for over and over again, so that we can have further entry opportunity on a pullback. So each time, again, I'm repeating the process, guys. This we have secured another profitable trade, but I'm sharing the potential here. We have taken this one here, okay, so this one has given you a little okay, so we are looking at here in this market that this is in a downtrend, the market is trending. The most important part as a trader that we are looking at in this market is to remain here for the longer term picture. What I would say that overall, sometimes I forget the language of how to tell it in the most effective way, but the most effective way here is that to trade the trend, okay, and that's what I pay the most emphasis, trading the trend. And you can see that it's a one single move. We have taken the move, the market is showing up that direction. How does, if you look at that, you can take this kind of move. Now you can look at the daily chart, the market is almost to the daily support area. If you looked at the weekly forex forecast, also I have discussed that on the weekly forex forecast as well, about this kind of move in the market, okay. So because the market more often follow this pattern or this probability that happens over and over again. Now at the moment also I would like to look at the current calendar here, right? So if you look at that, what is today here, we have seen that some tentative news, which is there is no schedule news, because this is NFP, guys. In the first 2 days we rocked it, and because it's NFP week, I really want to double up and double up for the next few days. So we are at around 10:17 a.m. on New York, and London 3:17 p.m. So we have covered the major timing, major flow in the market, right? And I'm looking forward to take more trade later today whenever it arises. But at the moment you can see the market is creating this shift, and I would like to take more later today once it appears. We have successfully closed this, and I believe you guys also had really good move. This is a new way of trading. We just have traded on, if you look at Tuesday, right? Still Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. These 3 days will be very exclusive because it's NFP week, and I don't want you to miss each of the session, as each day coming I am live twice, which is a rare happening because the market is moving and I would like to take most of the trade which is coming here, right? That being said, and this is almost there here, and I would like to see you there again tomorrow in 2 trades, in 2 lives. There might be 2 trades, 3 trades, or no trade. The most important part here is to progress in learning, progress in trading. And I believe you enjoyed this session. If you haven't enjoyed, probably you didn't take the trade. That's fine. Wait for tomorrow. Always stay ready with the risk manager tool. Okay, and let's keep that profit in trading account. By not trading, you mean that not over trading, not FOMO trading, which is very important to look at. That being said, see there guys again shortly after. In the group I'm posting the update, and for those who are only in the live, you can see it tomorrow. And keep track of the group. The link you can find below this video for more update as well as the education.